Welcome back to the Marthoma Effect. In this final episode of the series, we'll be looking at the future of marriage and family. So, Jada and Gigi, obviously now we've talked about the major changes, right, that you guys kind of faced as a couple, so after being married. But then having children, that's a complete 180, right? Like, it's mind-boggling, the kind of struggles, the changes that you have to deal with. But nevertheless, it's very important, right? As Pope Francis says that children are the goal to marriage, and they're important to transmit and to pass on our faith. So what was the thought process like in terms of having children? What did you guys think about?
Oh, look, we've been open from day one when it comes to children, because as I said before, fulfilling your marriage call, and this is a major function of that. You just need to be open. You need to understand what is the purpose of your life.
Yeah.
And there is the passage from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1:4. I keep saying that everywhere I go. I knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb, and I've called you even before you were born, and I've appointed you as a prophet. So the God has set a specific plan for me and for Dhivya. And this plan also includes the plan for all the children that God wants out of us. And who are we to say no to God?
Yep.
And as I said, with our wedding plans and strategies, everything was a rush. So, and we've been living on, holding on to the divine prudence and this understanding that God is in control, not us. And when we look back now, we can say that all the good things happened in our life where we took the back seat and let God to drive, So looking at our children, I can say that, all our children were being gifted by God from heaven at the time that God has prepared and God has planned, even before I was born, So that's a succession and that's a continuity that you are a part of. And this is where who am I to say no to God, or to say that you just wait, I don't want kids now.
Yeah.
I prefer to have kids after 4 or 5 years. It doesn't work like that, I mean, it might work, but in our case, all the good things out of which our kids are a treasure.
Yeah.
It's been an ultimate gift from heaven, has happened when we've been open and took the back seat. And God was driving.
And let God's will be done, right?
Yeah, it is.
And so I think Maria's the oldest, right? She's 7.5?
She's 7.5.
7.5.
Yes.
And then Avrachan.
Yes.
Quite the character, right? At 3.5, I think.
Yeah, 3.5.
And then Teresa's a newborn.
Yeah, 4 months.
Hectic household, right? But it'd be heaps of fun, right? I guess the energy is right up there.
Yeah.
And, well, it seems like every generation tries to recreate, parenting methods, right? And they try out different things. And we've seen a wide variety of parenting methods. And with 3 children, how did you guys approach that? And how did you guys look to parenting them? What did you guys look to doing?
Parenting is an art to learn. We need to closely watch the kids, know the dynamism, and act according to that.
Because each kid is different.
Yes.
The uniqueness, the God create each and every one. 3 of us who are here, we are unique, right? So you need to understand that first of all, and you need to put some efforts. And what we do is like acknowledging.
Yes.
Acknowledging what they do, and also keep on feeding them that they are a blessing in our life, and also keep on reminding them about the purpose of their life. Even 5 years ago, we started this exercise of when we put Maria, she was only 2 years old at that time, when we prepare her to go to sleep, we take some time with her and remind about all that happened on that day, and acknowledge her, and say that we are proud parents and we love you. And in a way, straight away, you can see there is a bridge creating between the children and parents. It's all about acknowledgement and communication. That's what we're talking.
Yep.
And on top of communication, you also have to spend some time, right? Look, I'm 37, right? And Avrachan is 3.
Yep.
When I play with Avrachan, I shouldn't be playing like a 37.
Yeah.
I should be playing like a 3-year-old.
Like a 3-year-old.
3-year-old.
Yeah.
In a way, it's helping me and Dhivya as well to reset that stress, that mental, to get out of that mental stress that you coming from work, But a good parent needs to be a good friend as well.
Yeah.
And we sort of realized that recently, after seeing so many teenagers and children who are growing up in this Australian demographics, that we need to put some effort to capture that friendship.
Yes.
Because if we don't get that friendship now, in a few years down the line, if we lose it, we have no idea what they are struggling with.
Yeah.
And this, in a way, will make their life complicated.
Perfect. So that communication actually keeps that bridge open, so that as because obviously when they get older, right, it's a bit different. There'll be changes, and they'll be talking. They'll have their friend groups, and they'll kind of want to be with their peers.
Yeah.
And keeping that bridge open from the early stages, that's very important, right?
Yeah,
to kind
absolutely.
of keep that communication going. So perfect. That's great.
On top of that, you need to put an effort on the faith system.
Yeah.
This is where we are blessed in Perth to have 2 holy kurbanas a day.
Yeah.
One in the morning and one in the evening. And if possible, we try to come to our parish every day, if possible, with our kids. And you need to introduce and hold your kids very strong in the tradition, the traditional prayers, the sacraments, and you need to let them know that this is an ongoing journey, that all the ancestors being continuing and we are passing on to them. And once you showcase what the faith stream or what the traditional stream they belong to, because I'm clear in my identity as a Syro-Malabar, and same with Dhivya, but you need to be clearly handing over that to our kids. In that way, we believe that it will help them to discern their call going forward as well, and to understand and embrace their identity, when they grow up in this demographics.
Yeah, and so I guess because you do go quite a bit with the ministry, and you go interstate, and so do they ask you what do you do for the ministry? Are they interested in knowing what you do? And JT as well, with the young couples, are they interested in knowing your work?
Absolutely, I think they ask a lot of questions.
Yes. Yesterday, one of our friend, they are older, but they don't have kids. Maria asked why they are not joining in young couples. And we was worried, wondered why she asked that. Because she is noticing why they are not coming.
The children are always curious.
Yes, yeah.
And the way we put it is you don't get that many opportunities with children when they grow up. And every opportunity, all these questions are the opportunities for you to score.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is where we say this is what young couples ministry. So the young couple ministry here in Perth is actually designed for all the recently married young people. So if you look at our church structure here in Perth, we got a very solid teens ministry, SMTM, then driven by you guys and
represent.
And then the Syro-Malabar Youth Movement, SMYM. And what's after that? Once they get married, they can't wait for to join the Mother Vedi or But this is this is a very important time in their life, So we are animators of that group, and so we keep feeding, especially to Maria. Average is way too small. He hasn't started asking questions, but he's that close.
But he seems picking up on stuff. He seems very astute.
Absolutely. So Maria pretty much say this Chechi or Chada, are they SMTM or SMYM?
SMYM,
And we are we scored.
Oh, that's nice. And so have they started asking when can I join, or those kind of questions?
Absolutely.
Avrastan always watch SMYM programs in YouTube.
The dance.
The dance.
He loved to dance.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, so he always watched that. always say SMYM, SMYM. While even sleeping, SMYM.
Maria also asked the question like, when can you join SMT?
Yeah,
So we pretty much, so it is connected to the catechism as well. So we say like you go all the way to year 12.
Yes.
And that's when your Chattamari and Chechumari will come and hold your hand. Let's go.
Perfect. So I think then they kind of appreciate, right? Like there's a system in place that guides them no matter what age group you're in, and just guides you through that faith. And there's people who know they've been there before to guide you through the way. So that's perfect. And like you said before, like you guys said before, the young couples, that was the kind of category that was missing.
Yeah.
And this year we've got that as well. So that's perfect as well. So then that's parenting struggles, right? But then as a family, there'll be heaps of challenges that you guys have to overcome. And so what kind of challenges are those? Can you talk a little bit on that?
As I said, before, you need to know what your child is going through.
Yeah.
So this is where Dhivya has been working on. She has this personal conversation with Maria to start with, and we pretty much know what Maria goes through on a daily basis at this stage.
One tip I used to do that, sorry.
All good. That's all good.
One tip I used to do daily is I given a book to Maria and asked to write what happened in that day. I thought like something which any emotional or anything that comes into her mind end of that day, she writes in that book. So I got a chance to read and I know what's going on in
It's not like we are trying to get into their life, but we building that approachable pattern now. If we don't do it now, then it's too late.
So it's like they can share whatever they want, kind of thing.
Absolutely. I mean, as I said, some of these discussions we have with Maria, sometimes she asks this sort of question and we are like, Jesus, how would I answer this? But we are open. We are open.
Yes.
The moment, as Dhivya has mentioned, the parenting is different to India and Australia. What we have seen is the parenting in India. And this is where we need to understand that, over here is a lot of listening, acknowledging. And yes, you can say no, but you need to frame it up in a way that why are we saying no? The reason we say no.
Right.
In that way they understand, so.
Or else they only take the negative bit, right? So that's probably why. And I think that was a great tip as well because, some kids and children, they don't like to talk about it, but they'd rather write about it and then maybe give it to you to read. So I think that's a great tip as well for our young couples who are watching. And I guess, is there any kind of final remarks or anything that you guys had? Any pieces of advice for our youth and young couples?
Keep it simple, right?
Yes.
Keep it simple and don't complicate it. Look, you are living a call, all right? And you need to celebrate this marriage call. And your kids should start to see the celebration at home.
Yeah.
That's how they can be molded into a better human growing up. And also, the parish communities are definitely offering the right sort of sustainable support and growth. And we need to make use of it. Go to your parish. You need to start that discipline at your household where you take your kids to the pali, to the parish, pretty much whenever you can. And that consultation and communication with the priest, they have to see this. And in a way, I can see, as we said, we need to support our kids, right? The same way the parish is supporting each and every families. The sustainable growth is there. End of the day, you need to keep it simple, be actively participate in the parish ministries, and the parish and the next generation has a lot to offer in this land where we live.
Yeah, I think that's one of the main things I've learned from you two is keep it simple and then just let God kind of do his work, right? And his miracles and everything will be good. Perfect. So thank you, Francis Chaya and Dhivya so much for your amazing stories and insights. I learned a lot, I know. Like, for example, keep it simple, rely on our faith and don't plan too much, just let it be up to God.
Correct.
And I know for sure that our young couples and, youth learned a lot as well. With that being said, we are signing off today. I've been your host, Allan, joined by
Dhivya
and Francis.
And this is a Marthoma Effect.